Dear colleagues, thanks for joining us today. My name is Anastasia, and I am implementation cybersecurity engineer here at Labyrinth. And today we are starting the cycle of webinars that will be dedicated to some of the integrations available in Labyrinth. Our first target will be IBM Qradar. We'll see what we can actually accomplish, and of course, we'll get to the live demo where we'll see everything in action. But to begin with, let's actually start with a quick overview of what do we actually have in Labyrinth. You can see the list on your screens. It is important to know that it's being constantly updated as we are adding more and more various integrations depending on the needs of our customers. So if you have any ideas, don't hesitate to contact us. And let's actually see what we have. Of course, we have some basic integrations like getting your alerts in Slack or Microsoft Teams, which means in your work environments, or you can also get them via email using SMTP notifications. Besides that, there are also two major vectors of integrations, which includes two-way integration with CMs. We'll discuss it later, what does it actually mean. Those include IBM Qradar and Splunk. Also, it's really important to mention that you still can forward your syslog to any CM of your choice using syslog forwarder. Okay, and also we have integrations that allow you to isolate attacker's host. This include FortiGate and CrowdStrike. So basically, four of that integrations will be covered during our sessions. And as mentioned earlier, today we will focus on IBM Qradar. And let's actually discuss what it is. So as you may know, Qradar is a security information and event management solution, or CM for short, developed by IBM. It is designed to help organizations collect, analyze, and correlate data from various sources to detect and respond to security threats and incidents. Today we'll focus on log and event management, as Qradar can collect and store log data from a wide range of sources, including network devices, servers, applications, and security appliances. In addition, it can process and normalize this data for analysis. Let's actually discuss what can be accomplished in cooperation of IBM Qradar and Labyrinth. First of all, as mentioned previously, you can enable your CM integration, which means that you will be sending your logs to the CM of your choice. In our case, it's Qradar. The data includes info about security incidents or alerts, and info from audit log, which means actually everything that happens in the system. This includes, for example, adding a new user, changing some configurations, switching between tenants. As you may remember, Labyrinth is a multi-tenant solution, and everything is being sent in a common event format, or CEF or CEF for short. So it's really easy to parse. In addition, we provide our customers with a custom DSM so that you will be able to get everything up and running in no time. Let's actually proceed. In addition to that, we can also enable two-way integration. So what does it actually mean? If you're familiar with Labyrinth, you may know that there is present a CIDR agent functionality, In two words, it is an ability to spread logical or file baits or breadcrumbs, or how we call them, seed tasks, all across your real assets, so that if the attacker chooses one of the real assets as a starting point, we can guide him or her to our deceptive infrastructure. However, it is not the only case. For example, if the attacker, it can be either outsider or malicious insider, finds those breadcrumbs, he or she may also try to reuse the credentials provided for one of the real assets. And if that asset actually sends data to the CM, to the curator, and to integration is enabled, we'll get an alert about an attempt to use these credentials that are supposed to be only for decoys, or how we call them, points. So that's basically why it's being called two-way integration. That's because we are not only sending data, but also retrieving it in order to get even bigger coverage in detection. So we detect not only communication with a decoy, but also we detect activity even outside the deceptive network. Okay, so let's actually proceed to the live demo. We'll start from a quick configuration, some blue teaming. We'll configure the integration, verify that everything is working, and then we'll move to testing the whole system. We'll act as attackers and see how Labyrinth responds to various attacks. So let's actually see. And as mentioned previously, we'll start from configuration. For this, we move to the Labyrinth. From here, you can see the dashboard, some statistical data. You can expand the range if you wish, or see everything for the last 7 days. However, as for now, we are mostly interested in integrations. So we go to settings, integrations, and we see the list that we saw earlier. And according to our plan, we'll start from configuring syslog forwarder, then we'll configure two-way integration, and we'll finish everything with checking whether we have some honeynuts available so that we can actually test the system. And let's proceed. Okay, so first of all, we are having CM integration. We can click on edit and see the form. In my case, it is already configured, but we can actually reconfigure it and or at least verify that everything is okay. For this, I have my IBM Qradar. You can verify that this is the same exact IP address. And also, we will be sending everything on this particular port. So let's actually log in. For this, I need to provide a username and, of course, a password. We can log in. Let's wait for a couple of seconds. And we're in. If you have your Qradar freshly installed, the first thing that you may like to do is to add your log source. For this, you go to the admin, log sources, click launch, choose manage log sources. I have mine already up and running. You can verify that, which means everything is fine. If you need help in configurations, don't hesitate to contact our support team. And let's actually verify that everything is running. I click on test. We can do this multiple times. And we see the message that everything is successful, which actually indicates that we can enable the integration. In my case, it is already enabled, and save everything. Everything is great. We can also go to the Qradar and check whether we have the test message. So for this, we go to the Qradar. I'm going to log activity. I'm adding a filter. I will be filtering by log source. You can accomplish the same through the window that we saw earlier. I'm choosing my appliance. I'm adding the filter. And of course, the next thing that we would like to do is to add a view option. And we can already see our test messages. We can click on them and see the way it actually looks. So basically, you see that this is lab testing alert, and this is your message. The parameters are correct, which is great. And it indicates that we can move we can proceed with our configuration. And our next step will be actually configuring a two-way integration. For this, we choose IBM Qradar, click on edit. And what do we need? It is actually API host and API token. Today we'll change the token. The API host is correct, so let's go. So the only thing that we need is API token. For this, we go to the admin once again. Then we click on authorized services. Click on add authorized service and create your token. However, as you may know, deployment in Qradar takes some time. Therefore, we'll use already created token. I'll just simply copy it. Then I go here, I delete the old one, paste the new one, click on test. We can verify that everything is fine, which means that we can enable everything and save the way we did it previously. And the third step will be actually checking if we have some running HANAnets. If you are not familiar, HANAnet is a network configuration where you specify in which VLAN you would like your decoys running. In my case, I have two of them. You can also go to the points. Points are decoys in Labyrinth. Go to the list. We can see the list of the running decoys of various type. They are in running state, which means that we can actually proceed to our next step. Next step in our plan will be actually attacking the whole thing. So for this, let me just show you the plan that we will be following. It consists of two parts. And to begin with, let's just agree that we are attackers and we are right inside the network. However, the only thing we know about this network is that there may be a vulnerable web server. So we should try. Our first step will be actually trying to find it and somehow communicate with it. So for this, I'm going to my terminal. Please let me know if you'd like to make the phone bigger. If it's all right, we can proceed. Okay, I can see that everything is good. So let's actually type in. I will be using nmap with some basic parameters. I will be scanning only for 2 ports. And I need a subnet. I will use it from our HANAnets just to make it, easier. And I will add some verbosity levels. So let's proceed. We should wait for a couple of seconds. Okay, already see that we have something. We have 2 positive results, but let's go one by one. Let's see whether we have something, because you see there is HTTP and HTTPS open, so why don't we try? And we can see that this is some kind of website. It looks really familiar to our website. We can verify that by going to the points list, choosing a filter, then choose IP address, type your value, and we can see that this is a universal point. For those who are not familiar, a universal point is a decoy type that allow you to emulate available in your network web resources in no time. For this, you just simply have to specify the URL address. This is like the minimum configuration, and generate your decoy, and you have everything up and running. We can also click on details, where we'll see the configuration. As you may know, Labyrinth provides users with the ability to customize the available pointer bases or decoy bases. You can specify various parameters, but as for now, the most important for us is a upstream URL, which is, as I mentioned earlier, a URL address of a web resource that you would like to emulate. We can go there, and we'll see that it looks completely identical. So we can go through the different tabs. We can see that everything's loaded here. We can see that it's completely the same here, even the contact form. Let's see. So you can actually try and do something with this contact form. It gives like a wide variety of possible attack vectors. However, today we'll try it from a different perspective. So what's the difference between those 2 assets is that the decoy, it is not simply recreating what we already have, the websites that we already have. It also adds a layer of vulnerabilities. So we can actually try and play around with it. For example, I would like to start with a directory traversal just to see maybe there's something interesting. However, another important thing that you would like to know about Universal Point is that it has an inbuilt web application firewall, or WAF for short, WAF for short. So it means that we need it for more precise alerting, and it means that if we would like to actually find something, we should keep in mind that the web application firewalls, they usually detect tools such as PFAS. So I'll go for something else. In my case, it will be your search. But for that, I need, of course, your list. I have one. Let's verify the way it looks. So it's really short, really simple, with something really common. So let's actually type in our command. Their search for lists. Then we have. We need to specify full path. Next, we need a name. And of course, our target. Let's copy this value from here. And everything seems completely fine to me. It means that we can actually start. And while it's working, let's also try to perform, in addition, some kind of LFI, because I'm also interested in files that can contain some user data, maybe some etc passwd or shadow will be all right. So for this, let's actually try to get our payload, get our comment ready. Okay, I think that's enough. etc passwd. Okay, we already have something. Let's also verify it with the shadow, maybe because, you know, it will be easier for us to navigate. Okay, and we see that there are 4 users with password hashes. Of course, we can somehow play around with it, do some cryptography here. However, we will omit this as for now. But yet it is one of the ways as well, so you can get these hashes. You may try to compare it with some common passwords and maybe get something to your word list. However, it's not the case for today. What's really important is that we have 4 usernames that may be really useful for us later, so I will copy them to the file. Let's use it. Users web txt. So from what I can see, it's ops1, it's ops2, it's DevOps, it's DevOps1, and it's DevOps2. We can save everything, and we are good to go. Maybe it will be useful later, maybe not. Yet we have already our scan results ready. We can see 2 successful responses. So let's actually see the way it looks. Notes, and we can see some mysterious IP addresses. By the way, let's do absolutely the same to the to our original host, so that you'll see that this data is completely made up. To be honest, I actually specified it. From here, you can see that I created a fake route, fake path. Let's actually also try to perform the same LFI. I have already it here. You can see that nothing happens at all. And the file that we saw earlier, it is completely made up by Labyrinth. So I specified the users. So let's actually proceed. Next, we can actually having data that we already have. It is a mysterious IP address. We still don't know a thing about it, which means that one ways of what can be accomplished is to actually perform a network scan. For this, I will be using Nmap one more time. Let's specify. Okay, next I need my IP address. I'll copy it from here. Next, some verbosity. Let's hit enter. Let's wait for a couple of seconds, and we already see that the 22nd port is open. It's SSH, and we can actually somehow play around with it. However, we still don't know username and password for connection. So my idea is to actually perform some brute forcing. For this, I'll be using Hydra. For usernames, we'll be using the usernames that we found earlier. For passwords, I have a word list. Let's see the way it looks. It's really short, really simple. So I think it will be all right. This scan will be really fast. So at least we'll try. Let's specify everything. First things first is users web, if I'm not mistaken. Let's actually see. Yeah, it's users web. So txt. Next, we need passwords. Next, we need our IP address, and we need to specify what we are trying to do. Add this option as well, and everything seems fine. Let's hit enter. And while we are waiting, let's actually try and see whether we have something in Labyrinth. We already have some alerts. We'll see it from here, so you can get a quick thing from here, like really quickly in short form. And in addition, if you would like to see it in full mode, you go to the alerts and you see what's going on. We can see that each step that we performed, it actually took place in our alerts, but that's not all, because we also would like to get today some alerts from our two-way integration. By the way, let's change the state of some of the alerts to see the way it looks. So as you already know, Labyrinth have an internal incident management system, so performed in a various alert state that you can see on the screen. We can change it. We need to select a new state. For example, we are working. Let's specify some comments. We are still on it. Hit confirm. We can see that everything was changed. The state was changed. We can verify that by color. Also, we can go to the audit log. So as mentioned earlier, audit log stores everything that happens in the system. We can click on details and get everything detail explained in details, described in detail. However, we have also configured two-way integration. So this means that we should be getting our alerts soon while we actually get to this two-way integration. And in addition, we configured our syslog forwarder, which means that we should be getting our logs to our Qradar. For this, we go to the Qradar log activity. Let's do the same as we did earlier. We have already our log source, and we can already see our some of our messages. For example, change of the alert state. We can see that the message is slightly different from the test one. We can see that it's lab audit. You can see what exactly happened. Let's see more. And in addition, we can data from our alerts. We can verify that as well. We can see that this is lab alert. Sometimes it's okay if you get unknown. It means that this wasn't really properly mapped. This is my little bit under configuration. We should work more on it. But yet, let's actually proceed. Let's actually see whether we have some results. And yes, we have host, we have login, and we have passwords, which means that we can move to the second part of our plan. Let's see it. Actually, let me just show you the plan. And from here, we'll be actually dealing with our real asset. It is not a decoy. We can verify that. Just a little bit of cheating. Here, we can go to the labyrinth, go to the points list, choose IP address, and see that nothing is present. So let's actually see what we have from here. I am typing SSH, I have my login, and I have my password. So as you see, what happened is that engineers usually tend to reuse the credentials. So this way, we use the data that we have in our web decoy in Rostova Point, and we'll actually try to reuse that. Let's specify password, and we're in. Let's actually see whether we have something interesting. Okay, I see that there are some files. We can actually see what's inside. Why not? Okay, a link. Maybe something else. It's RTP. Okay, probably we can get from here a username. Maybe we'll get the password as well if you look closely. But yet, I can explain what these files are. So basically, those are CDR tasks or file decoys that we were discussing earlier. You can see them here as well. For example, same RTP connection file. RTP shortcuts. So here it is, the way it looks. In my case, let's actually go for something connected to the SSH. It will be much easier to work around as we already working with it. So as you see, there may be two options of how you can see what's inside your decoys. One is from Labyrinth web interface. This is, of course, only works if you're if you have access to the Labyrinth, and yet the attacker sees the file that you see right here with the data. Let's actually see what's inside of the SSH backup history. Okay, we see some connection data. We can also see what's inside SSH config. Okay, SSH backup looks kind of better to me, and we can actually try to connect. I will use a random one of that. So I'm typing SSH, and the passwords, I have it, so let's connect. And we're inside of our decoy. It's important to know that it is a decoy. We can also verify that, but by going to the points list, IP address, and here it is. Of course, we can actually do something else here. For example, get list of processes, maybe also something really basic, and etc. And let's actually log out, and that's really it. So we have tried this scenario where we directly use what we have found, but also let's try and reuse the same credentials for one of our real assets. By the way, let's also verify whether we have some alerts about our interaction with the decoy. We go to the alerts and we'll see that everything is connected. There was an attempt to get process list. If you click on the alert, you'll see more info, including what commands were running, exactly the same that I was using. And let's actually proceed. So I'm typing in SSH one more time, the same from here. And also I need the IP address. Oh, sometimes it happens in terminal. Okay, so let's actually try this right here to make it, better. So we have a password. We can try to connect. It won't work because we don't have such user present. We can try something else. Maybe one more time. Okay, so It didn't work for us as the attacker, but yet we can try and see whether it has something in our Qradar, because this host should be sending its logs to the CM, and we have our two-way integration configured. It's running. Therefore, let's actually see. So to verify that everything is running, we go to the Qradar. I will change the log source. Let's do it one more time. It should be equal Kali. It's my virtual machine, so we click on Add Filter. Let's wait while it's working. Let's set an option. And we can see that user failed to log into SSH. We can see the username. We tried multiple times. We can click on it and see the message, full message, which indicates that we should actually be getting the alert. However, we don't see it right now. We ask why. This is completely normal behavior, because Labyrinth integration, it works, this two integration, it works each 5 minutes, so you should wait up to 5 minutes in order to get your alerts. This is a normal behavior, so let's wait for a couple of minutes. And while we are here, let's also take a look of what we also have in Labyrinth. For example, the one more method of getting the info about the alerts about the hosts that were attacked is by using a map. You can see it, and you may notice that there are much more points or decoys available from the points list, that then we can see them from here. This is also normal behavior, because the map was developed to show only those assets that were actually attacked. So it was made in order to make map really easy to work with. So you don't get overloaded with the info. You can click on the icon and see the info. However, I see that we have our alert, and we can see the alert from our two-way integration. Let's verify it. So we see the alert source, we see the username that was in use, and that's pretty it. So on this example, you can verify the way we can actually expand our ways of detection, as it was mentioned in the webinar name. And that's pretty it. So these integrations and consider agent functionality, of course, it is an option. It is not mandatory to use. Labyrinth can work perfectly without it. However, it gives you an opportunity to greatly expand of what you can actually find, of what you can actually detect, and kind of work around with it. So that's actually all that I wanted to show for you today. Please don't hesitate to contact us if you have any further questions, or you would like to test the platform on your own. We provide free of charge POC. You can contact us via email or via our website. So you go to the contact page that we saw earlier, and you can simply leave a message, and our team will work on it and return to you with an answer. Also, please check our YouTube channel. It has even more videos, more webinars, more info about the platform. In addition, please follow us on LinkedIn. From here, you can get all of the latest news, info about releases, our activity, and etc. If you would like to have more resources, more documents, you can go to the resources. From here, you can have some solution descriptions. It's, for example, datasheet. It's labyrinths in a MSSP model. Can get the document, and in addition you can check our case studies, our success stories from our customers that they were willing to share with us. And that's pretty all. Once again, thanks for joining us today. It was really amazing to meet all of you. And if you have any questions, I would be glad to answer to all of them. Thank you.